It's dark in here, Dad.
It'll be okay, Josh. You've got Freddie with you, right?
Yeah?
Okay, well hang on to him. He'll keep you company until I get there.
Okay.
Hello? Is someone there?
Who are you?
I'm Marilyn Wilson. This is my room. Or at least it is until I have my baby. I'm due any day now.
I'm very happy for you.
Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye. That's for the baby. I can't wait until she's born. You know, I do that sometimes. The big one's Tommy and the little one's Teresa. I snuggle them every night.
Patients were allowed to keep personal possessions of special significance to them. This cigarette lighter was a gift of Marilyn Wilson's younger sister, Martha. Doctors sometimes allowed patients to keep items that reinforced their fantasies. According to her medical records, Marilyn Wilson spent hour after hour absorbed in this book of baby names, even though she wasn't pregnant.
Graduating from high school was the happiest day of my life. Why do they make you wear those things? They look so goofy. That's me with my two sisters, Martha and Margaret. With me named Marilyn, that makes 3 M's. We call ourselves the Three Musketeers. That's Tommy with his army buddies in Korea. Isn't he cute? That's Mom and Dad. They're mad at me right now, but I think they'll change when they get to hold their new granddaughter. They're a gag gift from my girlfriend. No baby's feet could be that small. Besides, they're blue, and I'm going to have a girl. Hi. Thanks for coming to visit me. Have you seen my cigarette lighter?
Why? Is yours missing?
Yes. It was a present from my sister. You'd recognize it right away. It's shaped like a really neat dragon. I'd be really grateful if you could find it for me.
Tell me about the baby.
She'll be born real soon. I say she, although I really don't know yet. But I'm hoping for a girl.
Aren't you a little young to be having a baby?
Yeah, I know. My parents are furious. That's why they put me in here. But when Tommy gets back, we'll get married and then everything will be okay.
Is he any older than you?
Tommy Gardner. He's my fiancé. He'll be 19 in November.
Why isn't he around to help?
He's in Korea. That's his picture with his army buddies on the bulletin board. With all the money my parents are spending, you'd think they could spring for more than just one lamp.
pages are stuck together.
Hello again.
His name is Joshua. Have you seen him?
Sorry, no.
I've read that the doctors don't believe you're going to have a baby.
Don't be silly.
It's what the doctors call pseudocyesis.
Yes, but that doesn't apply to me. I'm really having a baby.
Maybe you just want to believe you're going to have a baby.
That's ridiculous. Why would I choose to make my parents mad at me and let them lock me up away from all my friends? Whoever told you that is lying.
Why did you start writing everything down?
It was more of a journal, actually. When I first got here, I wanted to write a story about the asylum. But then I got so excited about the baby that I haven't written in it for a long time. You can read it if you want.
What's it really like to be here?
It's weird. There's this strange combination of being all alone, yet you're living in a building full of other people. The patients are mostly nice, actually. It's the attendants who act strange. Isn't that odd? But the thing I miss most is my privacy.
How can you feel alone with so many people around?
I miss my family. My parents told my sisters they can't visit, and Tommy is in Korea. The other patients here are nice, but I don't really know them.
You've got your own room. Isn't that private enough?
Well, first of all, everyone on the staff gets to look at all my records. I can understand that because they might need to know something about my medicine or something. But they go way beyond that. I think they want to make sure I'm not secretly talking with Tommy. Do you believe it? They even steam open my mail.
Why do you say they act strangely?
Actually, it's both the doctors and the attendants. They act as if the people here aren't really people. They don't listen. They treat the patients like children. It's like as soon as someone is labeled crazy, they don't count anymore. But a lot of the inmates here aren't really all that nuts. Or even if they are, they still deserve respect. I'm sorry. I shouldn't go on like that. It just makes me angry is all.
2 of the diary pages seem to be stuck together. Can you tell me what's on the second page?
Sorry, I really don't remember.
Tell me about the medical treatments.
Mostly they take me down to the hydrotherapy room. I can always tell when they're taking me there because the attendant gets out that big gray key that opens the door. Right now, I don't remember anything about what happens in there. But that's okay. I'd rather think about the baby.
You're a good writer.
Thanks. For a long time I wanted to be a reporter, but now I just want to stay home with the baby when she's born.
Hello? My name is Jane. Who are you?
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Although the circumstances aren't very pleasant.
The wrist restraints were used to ensure the patients didn't harm themselves when in the tub or while using other equipment. Although they may have caused some discomfort, they were there for the good of the patients.
I hated them. They made me feel like a prisoner.
Jet nozzles allowed therapists to stimulate specific body parts with a high-speed flow of water.
You take off your clothes and they shoot this water at you. It really stung. Especially if they just kept spraying in one spot. They wrapped us in those rubber sheets for hours at a time. Epsom salts, but you had to bribe the attendants to use them. I think they stuck the shells just for show. You can't imagine what it feels like to be locked up in there. It's dark, it's hot, and you can't get out. Yes?
Were you sick?
I'm not sure. I became confused. I think life outside became too overwhelming for me. I believe they called it a nervous breakdown.
I mean, is it important to you in some way? Why can I talk to you when I'm looking at it?
I don't know. Except I have a deadly fear of being trapped inside. Maybe that's it.
What did you talk about?
Oh, yes. All we ever talked about was going home. It was the guiding star, the beacon ahead, the goal for which we existed. Home. We talked about it constantly, endlessly. Every day we woke up wondering if that day would be the day. Even a criminal knows when he's going to get out. But we were in prison with no release date, with only the hope of one day returning to our husbands and children.
What was it like?
It was harsh. I suppose there was something wrong with us, and they were only trying to help, but it was very difficult. I don't believe anyone outside really knows what happens in these institutions. I suppose they're better off not knowing.
What finally happened to you?
Oh, I finally got to go home. I don't remember much about that anymore. But I do know that it made me very, very happy. Once it's locked down, there's no getting out. Once a week they made us clean out the drains. It was disgusting work. We scrub those walls every day, but you cannot scrub away the smell of fear. I used to stare up at that window for hours, wondering what was happening outside. It's so heavy, it used to take 2 attendants to lift it. We called it the Hydra. They'd put you inside and put the lid on top so you couldn't get out. Then they'd fill it with ice water. After a while, you'd rather be dead than go back in there. Please don't. It brings back too many horrible memories. You'll never be able to lift that lid by yourself. They'd keep us in there for hours at a time, but it never seemed to help much.
Nothing's happening. Must be some trick to it.
We scrub those walls every day, but you cannot scrub away the smell of fear. There was a secret code that they used to turn the machines on and off. They never let me see what it was.
I remember now. They killed my baby. Then I killed myself. How can I be dead and still talking to you? I don't understand. Oh, hello.
What happened to Teresa?
They took her from me as soon as she was born. They wouldn't even let me hold her. And then they burned her.
Do you have any idea what happened to your cigarette lighter?
Dr. Metcalf took it. He did it to torment me because he knows it reminds me of my sister. I hate him. It's the only thing I have left. Please find it for me. Please?
Dr. Metcalf has kidnapped my son. Do you have any idea where he could be?
I'm sorry. We've both lost children to that man. I wish I could tell you not to worry, but I can't.
Do you know anything about that control panel next to the steam boxes?
The code was supposed to be secret, but that was a joke. They never changed it. All they ever did was flip the second and third switches from the top to on, and then everything would work.
Your records say you were making this all up.
It's a lie. My family is trying to cover it all up so they won't be disgraced, and Dr. Metcalf is in on it. But my Teresa was born, and she was beautiful. And then he killed her.
I think there are monsters down here.
Freddy will scare away the monsters, Josh, just like he always does. He's a good watchdog.
Oh, hello.
Your diary says that Dr. Metcalf used to take you into the utility room. Why?
That's where he would burn the things that belonged to me. The things I cared about. He said it would help make me feel better, but he was lying. He was just being cruel. Everything that was ever precious to me, he put into that furnace.
Can I help you, lad?
What are you doing here?
I'm just an old Irishman who left home looking for a better life. It's true I didn't starve, but I'm not sure I found what I was looking for.
What do you think of it?
'Tis a hard place, lad. And there's not much difference between the people inside and the ones outside who are walking around breathing God's fresh air. And if I were one of those people, free and easy and doing what I pleased, it would scare me senseless to know that.
Who keeps things running?
Oh, the new lad. The one they have here now. He's doing fine. They'll not be missing old Seamus O'Rourke.
Why don't you leave?
One day they'll come in and replace all this old machinery. Then it'll be time for me to move on. I could build anything I could. Whatever they needed around here, I used to make it myself, right at this bench. Many's the hour I rested my old bones there. Get along with you. Find your own place to sit down. They're old and abandoned, just like me. Don't go poking your nose where it doesn't belong. There's nothing in there that concerns you. A temperamental old cow she is. She'd break down in an instant if you turn your back on her. And how far do you think you'd get in this place with no power? Those would be your number 3 fuses, industrial. We use them for most of the heavy equipment. But be careful with that now. Don't hurt yourself. That's me old lightweight motor oil. It's amazing how long machines will work for you. All you have to do is take care of them. You'll go daft, lad, if you try to figure out where all those pipes go. Leave that to an old expert like me. Nasty business. That water is causing no end of mischief. Careful, man. If you touch that cage or anything on it, You'll get a shock the likes of which would light up all of Dublin. Malcolm hung that there just the other day.
Yes, Oliver?
Why did you take it?
Are you sure I took it? Are you certain it wasn't you? Perhaps the museum people simply haven't placed it there yet.
Where did you hide it?
Oh, Oliver, you forget my goal. I want you to explore the asylum, to rekindle your old memories. Even if I did take the lighter, I would scarcely tell you where it is.
Did she really have a baby?
Marilyn was a very sick girl. You must remember that when you speak with her.
Maybe you're just a figment of my imagination.
It hardly matters, does it? If you are making this up, you have certainly gone insane. Yet if I am a ghost, then your rational worldview has developed a few cracks. Quite a problem, isn't it?
Old reliable, that one. Not like that sow of a generator. They certainly don't make them like that anymore.
It's bolted shut.
They're as tight as an Englishman's wallet. The old man put it in there. I could see from the look in his eye he was up to no good.
I wish I had a pair like this for my grill.
Perhaps you were never aware, Oliver, that some items carry evil within themselves. Merely picking up that dragon lighter, for example, has caused you to fall under its fiery spell. Marilyn Wilson burned herself to death with it. Martha Ward used it to burn her house down. Even now, it is propelling you towards some unknown but no doubt searing fate. I wonder, Oliver, will you be able to take the heat?
You're trapped!
Better dead than red.
90 degrees. Very clever, Oliver. Well done.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Joshua is being held there. Can you help me find it?
I'm afraid I don't know too much about the asylum layout. I was only here a short time before I died. But the women down the hall might be able to help you, if you can get them to make sense. They're a little... crazy. The key to the corridor door had a big W stamped on it. It's sure to be on your keyring, so you should be able to open it right up.
Yes, Oliver?
What made me climb into that heat chamber?
The lighter has an evil all its own. You fell under its spell.
I don't believe it.
That is one of the only two logical explanations, Oliver. The other is that you yourself are going insane. Which do you prefer?
I must have set these traps for myself.
It is curious that you never seem to be in so much trouble that you can't get out. It's almost as if it has been managed that way.